played the Riddler in the Batman film, so like Jim Carrey was like, especially coming from Living Color, he was on the TV series, then,
Yeah.
he blew like straight after,
Oh
because
yeah.
he blew after Living Color. I was like, amazing, man.
Yo.
But definitely, but what we just touched on was, so you talked about as the 90s had, such big stars as we talked, Jim Carrey, Michael Jordan, the music groups and that. What did you think of some of like the ones who were like, you could say like they were misses? Like, what are your honest thoughts on like Vanilla Ice and like MC Hammer?
What's my honest
Honest,
opinion?
because they were truly like the two, as much as like Tupac and like, Big Daddy Kane, Notorious B.I.G., they were huge, but like MC
You
Hammer
had
and
your
Vanilla,
one hit.
yeah,
You
MC
had your
Hammer
one
and
hit wonders.
MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice, they had those one hit wonders that touched the whole world. Even something that Tupac and the biggest like rappers weren't necessarily able to do. So like, what did you think of like, if we say like MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice, as one hit
Well,
wonders?
for MC Hammer, I've heard stories where Hammer don't play, like he doesn't
Yes.
play just because, like, don't like him. Yeah, Hammer was nothing to play with. Like, don't
Yeah.
get him fooled by the you can't touch this and
Yeah.
too legit to quit. I
Gaining momentum.
heard
Gaining
Hammer was about that
momentum.
life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love MC. But
But for
yes,
Vanilla Ice, um, I really don't have anything to say about Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice are just yeah.
it is what it
He came
is.
and went.
It
Yeah,
came,
he came and went.
yeah. His career was really it was over before he even started,
Yeah,
with him, as big as he went, it's like they
yep.
came for him. It was that's why I
Mhm.
mentioned them. They were very similar because like MC Hammer had the thing of he got so big, but then he became bankrupt,
Yeah.
because he wasn't really handling his money. And it's like I remember he changed his style. He had one album where he went gangster. He became
Oh
like a gangster. You
man,
remember
pumps in the
that?
rump.
Oh, the funky headhunter. Yeah.
Yeah, but but my while I can appreciate the one hit wonders of the '90s, you can still play it.
Yeah.
They they aged well. The songs compared to like the 2000s one hit
All
wonders.
right. We're gonna go on to that. We're gonna go into 2000s,
But like Crisscross, you could still play jump at like
Yes.
sporting events.
Yeah. I,
They had a few songs after jump.
yeah. It was funny. Anytime like because one of the jobs I was working before the pandemic, I was like teaching classes like in the gyms,
Yeah.
So what always on the tracks was always crisscross jump to get them through the
Hmm.
warm up, So it still can be like a turn up tune. Like,
Hmm.
you can go out and still listen to, crisscross, Ice Ice
You could still
Baby, or like
jump around.
can't touch this,
Can't
you
touch
know,
this.
you know what I mean?
What?
Trying to think of
Yeah.
other ones, you know what I mean? But like there was a lot
Oh,
of one
baby got back.
baby got back.
Started mixing like, hey, he's
Oh
still making money. Hey, he's still making money off that song.
yes, he's got the
Yeah,
residual. He got the residuals.
yeah.
He got the
Hey,
residuals.
he was
Yeah.
smart about. He was
He knew.
smart.
Businessman. He was a businessman
Yo,
before, but yeah. But there was just big. So like with that with the 90s, let's shift on to the 2000s. And same again. What did you think was the biggest change from the 90s moving on to the 2000s? Most significant change.
2000s.
Mm.
Um, it wasn't really PC. It wasn't really PC in the 2000s. That they started like tackling that down like in the late 2000s,
Yeah,
in the 2010s. You still have freedom to say or do what you want.
exactly. Mm.
Um, music, as far as music, you still yeah, music changed over
Mm.
um who really who really dominated the music world? Like 50 Cent. 50 Cent
He was the
dominated
one.
the
He
early
was the one
2000s.
I was gonna
Yeah,
mention. Yeah.
because
Ooh.
because like 2002, 2003, that was a year of 50 Cent and G Unit. Like 50 Cent, he like ruined Ja Rule's career,
Yeah.
but I
Take.
think Ja Rule ruined his own career kind of.
Yeah.
But 50 Cent, yeah, everywhere you go, like in the club, you can still play in the
In
club.
the club now.
In
Yeah.
the club, when in the
Yeah.
club dropped,
Yeah.
it was like everywhere.
Yeah. And the whole album's good. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
I was listening to that on my way to where I'm now in Montreal. It's still got like some banging tracks, man. You know,
yeah,
you can listen to
yeah.
this
Like
game.
yep, couple days after that, because I never heard his second album in entirely, like the Massacre, the one that had like Candy Shop, which I think that's 50 Cent's worst single ever.
Yes.
I hate that. I hate that. I hate that song with a passion.
Oh
I
man.
hated it when I was a kid, and I
And
still hate it as an adult. But
that vi-
I listened to that entire
I just
album
for the
almost
video. I would just
like
watch it for the video, seeing all these fly honeys. That's it.
yeah.
I'm just keeping it real.
I'm like, man, there's only like two, three good songs off the album, but
Yeah.
man, but Get Rich or Die Trying was probably like the best album of the 2000s.
Yeah, and he followed it up
Then you
with the
had,
movie. He had the movie as
oh
well.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then Eminem took over the 2000s.
Well, that was me. Like, I still probably to this day, like, probably Eminem and Rakim. They're still my like favorite like rappers because of like rap stars. I'm still a fan of like the lyrical ones. You know, the
Yeah,
ones who can just think of like freestyle as we do, like as
yeah,
we we love to do freestyle. So like Eminem and Rakim were like always been my favorites, and
oh yeah,
seeing Eminem like really like take over the 2000s. You know what I mean? Real Slim Shady. He had the Eminem show. You know, he had 8 Mile. You know,
oh 8 Mile,
I love 8 Mile.
I love 8 Mile.
Classic. You see the beginnings of Marshall Mathers, aka Slim Shady.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Yes.
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Yeah. Oh man, D12.
That's
Give a shout out to D12. You know, because
D12. These chicks don't even know the name of my band.
What? And they don't know me like they want to hold hands. My band.
My band, my band, my band.
Man, bro, there was a time on MTV. It was like Eminem was like at least
Eminem.
on each like loop, because they used to loop like the music videos. Like anytime I used to come, like it was Eminem.
Speaking of videos in the I'm sorry to go back to the 90s.
Yeah,
Videos was something like special in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, like
it felt like you were watching a movie. You know what I
right.
mean? Like one that is, I'm so glad you said that, GQ. Like the one I always remember is that, I think, to be honest, I may be biased saying it because I am a fan, but like the Michael Jackson "Remember the Time" video. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Murphy, Iman, Magic Johnson. He plays Debo from Friday, Tiny Lister. Rest in peace. I think he even appears in this as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just the way it sets up before you actually get to where Michael Jackson's doing, all the moves and that. It's like a movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Tupac's California Love felt like a movie.
I'm gonna give a clap for that, man. Just give a clap for
Chris
California
Tucker was in
Love.
there. Yeah.
I'm with Tupac, man.
There were so many great music videos in that time, man.
Yes.
Like I feel like nobody's creative anymore.
Yeah, I swear it's like as you said, like especially in the 90s, everyone was their own thing. You know what I mean? I remember like I watched an interview with Christopher Kidd from Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Christopher Kidd Reed. He said you could have like a Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
You could have a Kid and Play. Then you could have like a Brand Nubian. And all of those bands were different.
Even sound wise too. Like
there
you can have Tribe Called Quest. You can have a Tupac record.
Tupac.
You can have a Biggie record. You can have You got your one hit
Yo,
wonder.
Coolio, he's another one.
Oh,
One hit
Coolio.
Coolio, yeah, there's another one I even forgot about.